Hello, everybody. Today I'd like to talk to you about listening. Some time ago, I heard a conversation, actually, I read a conversation between psychologist Harriet Lerner, no relation, and shame and vulnerability researcher Brene Brown. And in this conversation, Harriet Lerner mentioned that every time she hosted a workshop about how to argue better, the courses filled right up. She had to make room for other people who wanted to come. But once she tried to host a workshop on how to listen better, and she had to cancel it for lack of interest. Everyone wants to talk, but listening is a discipline and an art form. Listening doesn't come naturally to most people. I don't believe it does. But we can listen to people like the grocery clerk, or I can speak to the mail person. But to do this with a spouse, a partner, or a family member, to be able to listen, especially when there's a difference of opinion, that's the challenge. None of us listen very well. When you go into a restaurant, for example, and you look around, how can you tell the couple that's dating from the couple that's been together for 15, 20 years? Well, the couple that's dating, they're animated, they're leaning towards each other, there's energy there, there's communication. The couple that has been together for 15, 20 years, often what I see is two people eating, staring at their plate and eating. Now, how did the couple that's dating get to be the couple staring at their plate and eating? Is it they have nothing else to talk about? I don't think so. Could it be that what really needs to be said, they assume the other person won't hear, so they stare at their plate? You know, communication is not an asset if you can't listen. It's not just about talking. So here are some suggestions. The next time you're in conversation, try to listen to hear, not to prepare what you're going to say next. We're all guilty of doing this, half listening, merely waiting for the other person to finish so we can add our 2 cents. We're all looking for connection and validation in our relationships, but when we're waiting for someone to end just so that we can talk, it's invalidating. Another suggestion is to seek to understand before you seek to be understood. Sometimes, especially in disagreements, we want so badly to win and protect our ego that we put up defenses. How many of us cut people off or zone out so we can start building our own case? The goal here is to control your reactions and subdue your frustration and be able to develop the quality of curiosity. Curious to understand what the other person's saying. And the other, I think, most important is listen without the harsh blade of judgment. We're not here to analyze, to judge, or to try to fix another person's experience. We don't have to agree with or believe anything that is said. Our job is to listen for understanding. So we need to catch ourselves when judgment raises its ugly head. And if you're so judgmental that you can't listen, then be respectful and take a break and say when you'll be back. Listening without judgment really allows the people we care for to feel heard and valued. It's creating a safe container for someone to express their vulnerability. It's what we all long for. Perhaps we can view listening as a spiritual practice, learning to speak clearly from the heart and communicate with courage and compassion. There is absolutely something beyond technique when 2 or more people are deeply listening to each other. It's an awareness that not only are we being present, but we're being present to something bigger, something that is sacred. When we talk to each other, and we're able to express our fears and our dreams, we open up space for hope. When we learn to listen to ideas that conflict with our own without becoming defensive or harsh, our hearts can begin to open and we can start to connect at a deep level. When we practice the sacred art of listening, we also learn the art of conversation, which absolutely can transform the world. Listening is one of the greatest gifts we give another. So think of the difference it would make if each of us really felt listened to and heard when we spoke. It takes intention, it takes commitment, and we also really need to slow down to expand our awareness. Until next time.